Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo the Dad in DPS, and we're back once again with another episode of Scrip My Pants, a series where I spend 2,000 scrip in order to find out whether I'm, satisfied with my life. I never am. Either way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel more. There is the coffee link down below, and you can click that join button to become a YouTube member. So, let's see what crap I get today. Alrighty. Scrip time. Number 1 should be good. It won't be. Troubleshooter's ultrasight Gatling laser, limb damage and damage resistance while reloading. Troubleshooter's is a bad effect and I don't like it. Limb damage not that great, and then damage resistance while reloading. This thing's getting script all the way to Narnia. Next up, Junkie Stub Nodes 44 pistol, faster fire rate, movement speed while aiming. Now, technically an okay gun. Junkies is just not a great effect nowadays. Faster fire rate and movement speed while aiming with this type of weapon is okay though, but at the same time it's probably not something I'm going to use, unfortunately. Mutant Slayer's pipe, bolt action pistol, replenish action points and reduce the weight. Scrip. I can't stress this enough, Mutant Slayers is just not great, unless you're going to West Tech, but even then, there's other weapons I would use before it, unfortunately. Gormon's Black Powder Rifle, VATS crits, breaks 50% slower. I hate this gun so much, it can go to hell. Junkie Short Handmade, VATS hit chance, stealth field. Again, not a bad weapon per se, but just not anywhere near what you'd want on it. Again, Junkies isn't great. VATS hit chance I actually think is a very decent effect. And stealth field, again, I don't think it's bad. I just think there's potentially better ones to go for. Junkie's Crusader Pistol, bullets explode for area damage, 1 perception. This is a Crusader Pistol with explosive on there. Again, Junkies is not the best, but something about 1 perception on that bottom thing makes me think it's actually decent. And the basis that the extra perception you have, the more accuracy they have, which means this gun is potentially a lot better to use at long range. Not the best variation I could have got. I honestly wish I had quad and or vampires or anti-armor, anything other than Junkies in that first slot, but I'm not gonna quibble about it. It is an explosive Crusader Pistol. Troubleshooter's bow, bashing damage, action point cost. Scrip. It's got bashing damage on a bow with troubleshooters. It's just pish. Pish. Pish, pish, pish. Zealot's ultrasight laser pistol, limb damage, 1 agility. Limb damage and 1 agility made this kinda bad to begin with, and then scorched on the end. No, not a good weapon at all. Vampire's Tesla rifle with faster fire rate, faster reload. Now, decent weapon. Tim will disagree, but the faster reload combined with faster fire rate means you're going to be regenerating quite a lot of health back in quick succession, especially if you're hitting a very large group of enemies, essentially making you potentially immortal for the duration. Don't get me wrong, this thing has no clip on it whatsoever. If you get some sort of extended magazine on it in the future, it would be amazing, but yeah, I think this is actually decent. Others will disagree, for certain. Ghoul Slayer's double barrel explodes for area damage, 1 perception. Again, Ghoul Slayer's specific damage just does not float my boat. The other effects are relatively good, but yeah, it's not great, unfortunately. Fixer. Troubleshooters, faster fire rate, faster movement speed while aiming. Now, for daily ops, killing robots in there, yeah, this is a good weapon, but I hate specific damage types. If this was aristocrats, if this was bloodied, if it was anti-armor, if it was... God, I can't even think of anything else at the moment. It would be so much better, and it's not got it on there, which means it's just a waste of a slot. It's just sad when I get a weapon like that, unfortunately. Anti-armor single action revolver, bashing damage, 1 perception. Now, anti-armor on this type of weapon would be potentially good, but bashing damage has kind of ruined it. 1 perception, again, on pistols is relatively good because it's increasing your accuracy, but bashing damage. Why did it have to have bashing damage? Why does bashing damage exist on most things? This one's even more pish. Assassin's 50 limb damage and breaks 50% slower. It's all 50s. This thing can go to hell. I don't like it. Don't want it. Stalkers. Pipe bolt action pistol. No. I'm not even going to. I'm not going to talk about it. There's no point. It's got stalkers on there. Zealot short handmade, bashing damage, resistible aiming. Again, another weapon that is going to get sadly scrapped. Hunter's 10mm pistol, 25% faster fire rate, max action point cost. This was so close to being something so good. Anything that was a main damage effect in that top slot, it would have been amazing. But now it's getting scrapped, even though it's close to a god roll. Sad, sad state of affairs. Oh, this one's actually good. Anti-armor short double barrel, VATS crit, and faster reload. Faster reload on this gun is very OP. Combine that with the VATS crits and anti-armor, yeah, this thing's going to do a shit ton of damage to something's face. Very happy with it. I am very, very happy with it. Next up. Ball bag gun, bloodied. Replenish action points, stealth field. No. No. Just no. No. Juggernauts short handmade, 25% faster fire rate, breaks 50% slower. Now this is low-key a very good stealth full health build weapon. Don't get me wrong, aristocrats anti-armor would be better, but if you've not got them, this is a good alternative. This is actually a decent little weapon. Not bad at all. And last but not least for today, again, not a bad weapon. I think I reviewed one like this. I could be wrong. Aristocrats grenade launcher with 25 damage while aiming. The reason why this is good is that 25 damage while aiming is, yeah, it's going to blow the legs off a lot of things. Stealth field doesn't really have much of an effect here, but at the same time, it's, you know, it might keep you hidden for a little while you blow somebody's face off. Either way, decent little weapon. Let's move on to the top picks. So the first pick for tonight, I'm going to go for the Junkie's Crusader Pistol. The explosive area damage and the 1 perception on here make this weapon relatively accurate. Now if you're using a Junkie's build, this is, well, a Junkie's pistol build I suppose, this is one of the best weapons you could potentially have. But at the same time, Junkies is a weapon effect that's fallen by the wayside. It might get patched in the future and Bethesda might give it some love, so it is definitely worth me keeping, in the basis that maybe Junkies will become more viable on an everyday basis. At the same time, it's not bad, it's just not the best. Next up we have the Juggernauts faster fire rate, breaks 50% slower. Handmade. Now handmades are very good guns. Juggernauts, again, like Junkies, is not the best effect, but if you're using a full health build that primarily uses Juggernauts, it's actually not bad. This is, in my opinion, a stealth weapon. Juggernauts is a stealth effect, in my opinion, in general, because you need to rely on not getting hit and seen. So using this on a stealth build, where you're pretty much just relying on stealth damage, it's going to do a decent amount. Even without the main first effect, like if you had suppressors on this, for example, it's going to do decent damage anyway. It's a handmade, they're very good weapons, very good crit, very good everything. So I definitely would say it's good in situations, not the best in every situation, mind you. So our last weapon is the Vampire Tesla rifle with 25% faster fire rate, 15% reload. Very solid, very good weapon. You are going to be regenerating a large amount of health with this baby in your hands, which does make it very good in a snap. On top of that, because of the faster reload, especially if you're using the right perks, you're going to be reloading relatively quick. The major downside of this weapon is the clip size. It is only 15, and this thing will run through it like instantaneously, basically. But in theory, you should be regenerating far more health than you're losing in that given time, depending on what's going on, I suppose. So in that sense, it is good, but it does have the problem that if you're not in a large group of enemies, you're probably wasting a lot of those rounds onto single targets and things like that. So there is some downsides there. But at the same time, if you're up against a big group of enemies, yeah, fantastic. And makes you immortal. So, that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe as usual. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, there are the relevant links down below in the form of clicking the join button to become a YouTube member and the coffee link if you'd like to support the channel that way. Now let's thank our YouTube members, which are Golty, Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers, me, Diofane Gaming, Colin G, Brian RMC, Peggy Knight, Matasbo, Devilman Games, Marcus Carrasco, Scott S, Bubba Doodle Mom, Ranger McSpriddle, and finally Anxiety Rangers. Big thank to all of you. I can't do this without you, and your support is really appreciated. Keeps me going, keeps me motivated. So tonight's video, I think, was a lot more successful than last week's. Kind of hit and miss sometimes, but the weapons that I did get tonight are relatively useful, and they kind of showcase less used effects in certain cases. Not so much with the last one, but the other two definitely less used effects, and I do intend to kind of show you guys them in action a bit more in the future, because, you know, you need to be shown that not every weapon needs to be bloodied or anti-armor or aristocrats. Either way, guys, I'll catch you next time in the Wasteland.